All right, let's get into it. We spend so much of our lives chasing things, right? Building careers, hitting milestones. But what happens when we actually get there? Today, we're going to explore one of the biggest human questions there is, the search for a real, lasting sense of fulfillment. You know what I'm talking about. You bust your tail for months, maybe even years, to land that promotion, buy the dream house, or finish that huge project. And you finally cross the finish line. And it feels great. For a minute. But then this weird, quiet emptiness can just kind of creep in. And you're left thinking, wait, is this it? If you've ever felt that, you are in some very, very good company. This is a quote from King Solomon, a man who, literally had everything. We're talking unimaginable wealth, legendary wisdom, absolute power, the whole shebang. And yet, this is the conclusion he came to. So this isn't some new age problem. It's as old as time. So what is this thing, this endless cycle of chasing and then feeling let down? Well, modern psychology actually has a name for it, and honestly, it perfectly captures that feeling of just running in place. This is the key right here. It's like our happiness level has a default setting. No matter what we achieve, a new car, a pay raise, whatever, we get this awesome temporary boost, but then we just adapt. The new exciting thing becomes the new normal, and we're right back where we started, looking for the next hit. It's a treadmill we can't seem to get off of. So, okay, the obvious answer is to get off that treadmill of just stuff, right? And instead, search for something deeper. Search for meaning. But what if even that search can lead you to a dead end? Let's just look at Leo Tolstoy for a second. This guy wasn't just successful. He was one of the most celebrated writers on the planet. He had it all: fame, fortune, a big family. By any measure, he was living a deeply meaningful life. And yet, he completely hit a wall of despair. These questions just haunted him. He's looking at his incredible accomplishments, his fame, his family, and he's just asking, why? His search for a reason behind it all, for meaning, didn't bring him comfort. It actually did the opposite. It led him to believe his entire life was basically pointless. And this really gets to the core of the problem with just searching for meaning. So often, it's completely self-defined. It's all about, what do I find valuable? What makes me feel good? And because that value starts and ends with you, it can be totally arbitrary. It can shift and change, and ultimately, it can leave you feeling just as empty. So this is where we make a huge pivot. We're going to shift from this subjective internal search for meaning to the idea of discovering an objective external calling, a shift to purpose. There's this ancient story that illustrates this difference perfectly. Queen Esther, she's in this incredible position of power, but her people are about to be wiped out. Her uncle, Mordecai, comes to her and makes two totally different arguments to try and get her to step in and help. Okay, so check this out, because his strategy is brilliant. His first argument is all about meaning. It's an appeal to our self-interest. He basically says, hey, don't think you're going to be safe just because you're in the palace. You better act now to save yourself. See? It's a what's in it for me argument. But his second argument, that's the one that changes everything. And that's an appeal to purpose. And this is the game changer. Purpose isn't about what you want or what makes you feel fulfilled. It starts with the idea that there is a need in the world and that you were brought here right now with your specific skills to fill that need. It's not about you. It's about the mission. This is the line. This is the one that lands. Mordecai is telling her, your entire life, your crazy, unlikely journey to becoming queen, that wasn't an accident. It wasn't for you. You were put in this exact spot for this exact moment. Her whole perspective just flips from her own survival to her objective destiny. And that's when she says, if I perish, I perish. Okay, so if we have a purpose, a mission we were created for, where does an idea like that even come from? Well, it's rooted in this really profound concept about our own inherent value. So in this way of thinking, your value as a person has nothing to do with what you accomplish or how you look or how smart you are. Your worth isn't something you earn by checking off boxes. It's just a given. It's something you have from the second you exist, and nothing can take it away. I love this ancient story that makes the point so perfectly. A man gets insulted for being unattractive, right? But his reply is just profound. He doesn't get defensive. He just says, hey, don't complain to me. I'm just the container. Take your complaint to the one who made me. He understood his value wasn't about his outside appearance, it was about the fact that he was made by a creator. So the source of this incredible intrinsic value is the idea that every single human is created in the divine image. Now, this doesn't mean we physically look like God. It means our very operating system, our consciousness, our free will, our capacity for love, that is a reflection of the divine. And that gives every single person an unshakable, profound dignity. So, if you accept that you have this deep, inherent worth, that you are, in a way, royalty, then how are you supposed to live? There's a brilliant analogy that makes this super clear. Think about it. Why do royal families have all these super strict rules? Are they following those rules so they can become important? No, of course not. They follow the rules because they are already important. Their royal status demands a certain code of conduct. The rules are just an expression of the dignity they already have. And that reframes everything, doesn't it? A life of discipline, of mitzvot or good deeds, isn't some burden you take on to try and earn your worth in someone's eyes. It's simply about living in a way that is worthy of the incredible dignity you were born with. It's just how royalty behaves. And this brings us right back to where we started. After chasing every pleasure, exploring every path of subjective meaning, this was King Solomon's final answer. He realized that real fulfillment wasn't about what he could get from the world, but about aligning himself with his objective purpose, the very mission he was created for. So this way of thinking suggests that you don't have to go out and find a purpose. You already have one. You were created with this incredible intrinsic value and with a unique role to play that only you can fill. So the real question isn't, what is my purpose? The real question is, how will you live up to it?